Hello. I haven't done a longer video like this in over a year, but I'm back now and I have a better camera and I'm in a new studio. So I do a studio tour every year, partially because people love to see them and I love to watch them, but also partially because I'm usually in a new studio every year. I'll be in this same studio probably for a significant portion of next year. But I really had to scale down from my studio in Denver to here. So I feel like I've really figured it out and I've gotten the studio to look the way that I want it to. So I'm excited to show you guys how I've organized and how I've downsized. So if there's anything that you want to know where it's from and I didn't mention it explicitly, just comment it and I'll try and figure out where it's from. I'm not going to bore you with a terribly long intro and we're just going to get straight into it. So up here is where I keep all of my national park pieces. I eventually want to frame them in mats, but right now it is working. So we're leaving it and I love seeing them all together. There are a couple that I'm missing because they were commissions. Very bummed about that. We have our supply shelves, right? So I cleared these out when I got home. They used to be full of books. Here's kind of how it's organized. This shelf back here, I tried to put stuff that I don't need to access all the time. So up here I kept inventory and my mic for when I record. And then that little gift is from my sister-in-law's mother. And she got them in Japan. Then we have mailers 5x7, and then we have journal mailers and 8x10s. Mismatch of books and things that I don't really use. This is my coloring book that I love. Wait, I need to show it to you, okay? I've been doing this new thing where I've been trying watercolor in coloring books. So this was all done with watercolor. It's so much more fun than coloring in with pencil. And I found that this one can withstand it. Okay, that's what the back looks like. So it's like a little stained, but not really. It doesn't go through all the way. And this one is by Kirby Rosan's, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But they're one of my favorite coloring book creators. We have printer ink here and more printer ink in that little Amazon Prime bag. And then this is overflow of postcards and thank you cards, business cards, vinyl, envelopes, random stuff, really. I had a basket and I wanted to fill it and make it look cute. So down here we have coloring books, more shipping supplies, and then some book boards from when I was doing journals. Those have since retired. I'm so sorry. This is my trusty tripod, $15 off Amazon, that I've been using for over 2 years now. I need to get a new one because when you have it up, you can't really tell. So you can't really see it here, but it does like lean down when the weight of my phone is in it. This is my table easel, which I've never actually used for anything like other than creating ASMR content, which I think is actually pretty weird because I've always wanted a table easel. These are little turntables that more like stands because they don't actually turn, that my mom got for me from Target in like the bullseye section, but I never knew what to paint on them. I didn't really know how to make it look cute and high-end. They're there until an idea sparks my fancy. I actually had a client pay me in wood for a project and I have yet to paint on it, but it's really high quality wood and he sanded it down for me and everything. So it'll be worth it one day. I have these, which I collect from Michael's like crazy. They're only like $1 each and I have a bunch of them prepped. So this, which I've had prepped probably for 2 years and I have yet to do anything. These are other little ones that I got and primed and have yet to use. So I love collecting. It's like how buying books and reading books are two different hobbies. That's how I feel about buying surfaces to paint on and actually painting on the surfaces. Up here we have my printer paper. Right now I do a satin finish because I find that it brings out the colors better, but I also have matte because that brings out like the gouache texture better. so I kind of go back and forth. I'm not really sure which one I'm gonna stick with, but I'm looking to pick one for when I start to do closed edition print. And then sticker paper, and then this is the 11 by 14 that I'm gonna be offering soon. I was planning to have launched that by now, but life happened. And then this is my little canvas collection of all my smaller ones. My bigger ones are in the closet. I have a lot of these to use, and I want to do a mini series with them. I'm just not sure what I would do on them. Like botanicals or like moths and butterflies or mushrooms. Like a little cottagecore series. That'll be cute. Going out to this shelf, we have my Rollo wireless printer. I love her. She's my favorite. And then this is my little like mediums shelf over here. Let's see. I have the blending gel version of Slow Dry. And then I have my fabric paint converter. Old gesso that really needs to be thrown out, but it makes it look nice, so I just haven't done it yet. And then these are my big ones of the different gouache things that I have. Because this is my acrylic gouache, which is a little bit different from artist gouache, and so this is where I keep all my Liquitex ones. They're my favorite, honestly, in terms of flow. These are my favorite. Then I have all my little inks here. I never use them, but they're pretty. This is my cold wax, which I use as a varnish on my gouache, especially in my sketchbooks. I've yet to use it on a finished piece just because I'm terrified because of how long that I spend on like the bigger ones. I just feel like for some reason that's going to be when it chooses to act up, so I've been too afraid. But I think after the Philadelphia piece, I'm going to brave it and I'm going to use this and put it on there. I also have my metallics for my fabric paint. Cute little stamps that I use in my art journal, and watercolor pens from Artistro. They fit perfectly in this cute little tin. It's just meant to be. Then up here we have my student grade gouache that I use for my students for in-person classes. And then I have, I think this is actually watercolor in here. I don't know if it'd be wonderful, thank you. So this is just pure watercolor, not gouache, but it's so pretty I had to keep it. These are my watercolor pencils. They're from Castle Arts. So I actually love these, and I use them when I go sketching outside, especially in the summer when I just want to get basic colors or I just want to paint outside in like a nice non-messy way. I use these, and then I will use my water brush pens that I got off of Amazon. So I totally skipped over this shelf because I'm not there yet. Okay. So I love these. They're very high quality. They're very like velvety and very pigmented, and they're just great. Okay, and then these are brushes for that student grade gouache. This is my tiny bit of oil painting material that I own. Then we have a little Arteza palette, super pigmented. Again, I love this one for painting the ocean, but tiny paper down here. This was my first finished sketchbook and only finished sketchbook to date. I've abandoned my other one. Shock. This is an art journal from way before that. A sketchbook that I haven't used yet. And then this is a nice little set that my brother and his fiance got me. Oh, and this is the coolest sketchbook I have ever seen in existence. So it's from Etcher, and it's accordion style, which means that it literally does this. And I cannot decide what amazing thing to put in here, so it is just going to sit until an idea strikes me. Up here I have my bucket of acrylic paints. I'm mostly a Liquitex fan. I have some Golden in here and Academy and stuff like that. Basically whatever's on sale. Over here I have a new company sent me this in the mail. They're so pretty and they're stackable and they're really pigmented and I really like them. So I have Treats for Luna, and then Posca pens. I have medium width, and then I have the super thin ones. And then I have two palettes in here. This one is my traditional watercolor one. And this one's everyone's favorite. The metallic iridescent set, and it's my baby. It's my favorite. And then back here I got this from Target. Keep some notepads there, and then this is where I keep most of my watercolor brushes, watercolor and acrylic, because most of them are interchangeable. My sprayer of distilled water for my Kimi gouache palette, and then I always keep a roll of paper towels over here. This is my Arches pad. And some various utensils. Right now I am working on the Philadelphia piece. It's upside down, but hopefully I've made some more progress by the time you're watching this. I have been on a roll with it, and I would like for it to stay that way. And then this is my Hickman Wash 56 count palette. I have not used this in a couple days, and one side was undone, so let's see how dry it is. Not shabby. So this is my plastic acrylic palette from Michaels. This is just some paint for the little mini I'm working on right now. So this is my Silicoil brush cleaner, which I swear by. And then this is a nice little pine candle from Michaels. And then these are some of my like medium-sized brushes right here. The big brushes that I can't fit anywhere else are the ones that go on this shelf. This is my paint scraper for when I'm working with oils / I just get my table really messy with varnish. Now it's vinyl wrapped. That'll be interesting if I ever have to clean it like this again. This is my H easel from Meeden. It's linked on my Amazon. It's my favorite thing. These are just from stickers for packaging. And this is my light lamp for seasonal depression. This chair I swear by, and it is from Staples. I'll have the actual photo of it here because I forget what it's called, but everyone who I recommend it to has loved it. I love it too. This is my standing desk with the bamboo top, and I love it. It rises, but I'm not gonna do that right now because everything's so neatly set up. Taking a seat here. I have my notepads from Russell and Hazel. They're from Target. I love them. They're tearaway, which is great because I don't always need the help every week, but sometimes when I prefer to do it on paper, these are perfect. And then up on my bookshelf here, we have my monthly write-in calendars. This is where my current morning pages are. I got it from the Magnolia section like a year or two ago at Target. I'm currently reading Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. I love it. Up here, I have my bag for my highlighters and stuff that I keep in the drawer for when I'm reading anywhere else because I mark up my books that are like nonfiction or research. And then this is my carrying case for my keyboard. And this is another tearaway note thing from Russell and Hazel from Target. I have the Book of Awakening, which I read every morning. It has a nice little like 1 or 2 minute meditation, a book from my meditation instructor, little notebook, another little notebook. Over there I have like my corner hole puncher and string and stuff like that. Here I have my nice little stash of matching different sized notepads. I have another to-do list tearaway pad here, some extra business cards, some eco-enclosed slips, different stickers for on my packages and for sealing up orders and things like that. And then I have my 5x7 wraps here, thank you cards over here, and my 8x10 ones here. Anything larger than 8x10 I have to wrap by hand, so that's always interesting. I have some orders that I'm packing up from Black Friday, and then this is where I keep my laptops when I'm not using them. One is for work, so they mailed me a laptop because they own all the content that I create, and then the other one is mine. I just store them over here together because this is where I do all of that work. And then this nice little white pine national park candle that I am burning through. I got it last Christmas, but I only started using it a few months ago. Then I have my gallon jug that I always keep with me. I am painfully behind right now. Nail oil and crystals over here. This is the drawer, and so I have all my different like pens and note-taking stuff over here. This is my favorite pen ever. It's from Quirky Cup Co. It says "You Are Magic" on it, and it's just the best pen to write with ever. So I save it for fancy things. This is my keyboard for my iPad, various pens, Apple Watch bands, meditation bracelet, things like that. Behold the art wall. So I'm gonna go through where I got each thing. So down below I'll have links to all their Instagrams and things and their shops because they're all lovely humans. So on the left we have Anne. She only had 2 of these prints left and I snagged one. I'm literally 99 out of 100. I'm I'm literally 99 out of 100. So this is my favorite thing. It's like a rainbow and I get to look at it every morning and it's so motivating. This was sent to my P.O. box. I'm not sure who by, so I'm not very helpful there. This was one of my Patreon prints for the month. This was at my college or pre-college art program. This was sent to me by Lulu Paper Cranes. I got this at a gallery in Manitou Springs in Colorado. I do not remember her name either. She's an abstract artist from TikTok. So if you know who she is, please tag her. Because she doesn't sign her stuff on the front, but it's secured to the wall. This is my wildflower print. It's a misprint, so it went up on the wall. This is my thank you card from when I ordered from James. I think that's everything. This is me and my grandfather. He loved to paint, especially in retirement, so he comes to work with me every single day. This was graphics in green. I cannot remember. This one was Sissy's Art Cafe, her Patreon reward 1 month. This was my Patreon print 1 month and an original that I sold at my festival in September. This is my calendar. It's originally for 2023, so this is what it will look like. I just have those individual ones taped on it right now. This butterfly / moth poster is by Astral Emma. She's very talented, and I'll link her shop down below too. But I made this back in 2020 when I was experimenting with styles. This was from my pre-college art program from my friend Kat. This was a postcard that I got when I was in Hawaii last year. I got it when I was at the National Park store. This was another print from James. I did the pre-order for his Oracle set, and so he included one of these for everyone, which was nice. All 3 of these are graphics in green. And this was also a reward from Sissy's Art Cafe 1 month. This is just a cute basil illustration that I am now realizing is upside down. It fell off one night and I think I just stuck it up here without thinking. This was one of my Patreon rewards back when I did Patreon. And this was another reward from Sissy's Art Cafe. And this is the thank you card that comes with orders from Emma's shop. Her Instagram is art.mdd or mmd. I'll have it linked, but she's really talented. This is my favorite thing that she's ever made. She's in art school now. She's thriving. And this I also got from a gallery in Manitou Springs in Colorado. And another Sissy's Art Cafe reward. Another reward from Laurel May Art. I don't think I have. I think some of hers have fallen down. This one is from Laurel May. If you were watching me do the tour and you were like, Kate, why'd you skip this one? Don't worry. I covered it in the end. And that is my studio tour for 2022. I did not make nearly as much art as I wanted to this year. So I'm hopeful that next year I'll be able to paint a little bit more. But now that the chaos of moving back and forth across the country has settled down, I'm hopeful that I'll be more creative, and I hope that I'll create more next year. I will see you guys in my next video.